like you, Nas, right? I think that murder is wrong. That we shouldn't murder anybody.
Indeed.
I'm a Christian.
There we go. We found common ground. We both think murder is wrong. Now, can you
Okay.
Christians lay out a better case for yourselves than that?
But Nas, but again, your argument is because people committed horrible acts in history, that must mean that they are belong to an evil religion, and really it doesn't have anything to do with that religion. It has to do with the depravity of human beings, right?
No,
So
my argument is this. No, you're confusing my argument. My argument is this. If Al Capone gave out turkeys every Thanksgiving and Christmas, that doesn't wash his hands of the murders and atrocities he committed on the street. So one good act doesn't wash away the many bad acts. And what you're trying to do is balance these things, and it just doesn't wash. And I'm sorry, but it doesn't.
Naj, just so you know, and I'm going to, Chad is in a small minority of Christians. They're born again Christians. They don't believe in all the other religions as being a true religion.
Yeah,
You know,
that's usually how fundamentalists think.
Oh, but to Nas, that's evil, I guess.
No,
but he doesn't like organized religion himself, so I guess we're the same when it comes to that.
No, I don't believe your sincerity is correct. I don't believe your sincerity is true. And if you were actually what you say you were about, then you would go to these so-called, what would you call them? Dens of iniquity? What would you call them? And run those fake Christians out and restore Christianity to what you think it's supposed to be. Since you haven't done that, I'll be waiting.
I don't know what you're waiting for, man. You got to repent and put your trust in Jesus Christ. You got to be saved, man.
There we go. Yeah, this Jesus Christ whose picture you told me was a false picture, but that was okay. Have you torn those pictures down across the country and said, no, this is not an accurate depiction of Christ. We don't want this Last Supper picture up. And we don't want
I have many conversations, Naj. You don't know my life and you don't know what I've done. So until you've done, I guess you can't really come up with...
Have you?
I've had many long discussions with many people who have a false assumption of who Jesus Christ is.
I'm not asking about discussions. Yeah. I'm asking, have you taken the pictures down? Have you guys protested?
Why would I? My goal isn't to have war with people like you're trying to do. My goal is to, in love, show people the truth of the gospel. We have two totally different missions, man. I'm going to show people that they're in love and not try to argue them into the kingdom by tearing down their pictures. My job isn't to do that.
I think you're a recruiter for a cult that you don't know how bad it is, and it's sad.
So you think I'm part of a cult that's evil?
I want you to name one who's done worse. Can you name a religion who has a higher body?
Not my faith, my friend. In my faith,
I know there's 3 million homeless Americans right now, and there's churches all over this country. Have they given them housing? Have they fed them?
One of the biggest.
Have they changed their circumstances?
Hey, Nas, that's not very fair for the people who have an open door mission in our city, who, by the way, is all Christian based. And actually, it's one of the few biggest ones in our country. No other secular society is doing the things that our Christians are doing. So that's not very fair to say.
How many of the 3 million have you taken in, clothing, and fed?
I don't know. That's a pretty dumb question, because there's many people that maybe you haven't tried to reach out to, right, Nas? So why are you judging me because I haven't talked to 3 million people?
I see Christians walk past homeless people all of the time. I see Christians.
And what do you do that in the name of? Materialism?
I see Christians turn their nose up at people who come to their church not dressed properly or don't speak properly.
That's not Christianity, dude.
That's what I see from Christians.
So it must be not true. Christianity must not be true because of that.
Contradictions are too heavy. You guys can't fix it. And the sad thing is you don't want to fix it. I think you'd rather
spread lies, and I think you spread lies, and I think to make yourself feel better because you are in sin, just as the Bible tells you it is. You are suppressing the truth and unrighteousness, and you don't want there to be a God who judges over you. Every man is for himself. That's exactly what the Bible says. and you don't like my God,
every
you don't
Christian
like
right
Jesus
now
Christ,
is for
and that's the
themselves,
reason you have a problem with me.
which is why you don't feed the hungry and clothe the poor. Every Christian right
So
now
why are
is
you
for
saying that I don't do that when I do? I'm curious.
I'm asking by what
my
number,
life?
and you got upset. I asked you by what number.
You got upset. You know where I live?
No, I asked you how many, and you got upset.
No, you're making assumptions that I don't.
No, I asked you how many, and you got upset.
If I said one, Nas, would that be satisfactory to you?
No.
Okay, how many would be satisfactory to Nas? Because Nas is the leader of all people doing good things. So Nas,
not the leader.
How many people you think it would take to be satisfied?
As many as you can. That's it.
Okay, so what if that's only 5 because of my limitations? Is that good enough?
Then that's good enough. If it's only 5, that's
okay,
good enough.
I just said 1. What if 1 is my limit? What if 1 is the only way that I can reach anybody at all?
I think that's lazy. You're not applying yourself. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Are you sure it's not about my religion, though, now?
Yeah. I'm just messing with you,
make
man.
a lot of
Calm
assumptions
down.
about
Stop
people that you don't like. It's
being
amazing.
so sensitive, man. I'm just messing with you. Stop being so sensitive. But honestly, though, poverty and homelessness and all these different things that we deal with in America that are pervasive across this country,
across the world,
should they be fixed? But the fact that it's going on for so long is an indictment of the so-called Christians in this country.
Yeah. I want to apologize to everybody. I got to end the conversation just because I'll admit, Nas, having a conversation with you is making my, it's just...
Okay.
And it's not making me... Hold on, Nas. I want to say something out of love here, okay? Because I am getting upset, and I'm at least admitting that I am. All right? I'm admitting that I am. I'm getting upset for one reason. I'm getting upset because I don't like talking to people who are discrediting my faith over lies. I don't like that. I think that making stuff... If you want to give me hard facts about why Christianity isn't true, then let's talk about that in a reasonable sense. But sitting here arguing with each other isn't going to work. It's not what I'm supposed to do, so I'm actually sinning right now.
Okay,
and I at least
if that's how you
that.
feel. Well, that's how you feel.
How
There's
I
nothing
feel.
wrong with that, man. You still have a good night, a good weekend, and a good Memorial Day, sir.
Yes, indeed. You as well, Nas, and I hope that you have a good one as well, okay? But, Nas, can I give you something to think about? Just, you give me a lot to think about.
I would not like anything to think about from you.
Okay,
I think
you
that
to
was a good
spreading lies about people's faith just because you don't like them. That's all I'm going to say.
I told you I didn't want the thing to think about, and you still gave it to me. That's unchristian. It's not Christian life, is it?
Well, I don't know. I think that...
Well, you asked me if I wanted it. I told you no, and you still proceeded to give it to me.
Civilly, okay? I want to end civilly. I think that...
Okay, well, civilly would be when someone requests for you not to give it to them, you would stop.
All right? Have a great night, my friend, okay?
Same to you, sir.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay. Nas, you still on there?
These conversations never play out good, man. It's hard to have a conversation with somebody who's fully engaged in a certain faith if you're not. Because at a certain point, the rubber meets the road, and that person wants to convince you why they're correct, and you want to tell them that you've heard it all before and know they're not correct. So at a certain point, there's really nowhere the conversation could go besides us just getting more petty and throwing insults at each other. So, I mean, there's really nowhere to go with it.
It gets carried away after a while, like you said.
Yeah, that's all it is. But like I said, though, man, there's nothing wrong with that dude having his faith. It's just the idea that the faithful think that they have to be not only the spokesperson for God, but that God needs their help. So, you know what I mean? Like, on one hand, God is all-powerful, all-knowing, and on the other hand, he needs your help? No, I don't think that's how it works. How about you relax, take your faith, live your life righteously, and hope for the same from others. But this idea that you're going to bully everybody into believing not only your book, but your religion, it's usually the start of a battle.
About. He's saying I'm bullying him, but the reality is not you're bullying. Look,
did you tell a lie?
You are too, and you can't.
Has a Christian lied to me? Did a Christian lie? Did he say he was going to leave and he stayed? My God.
See what I'm saying?
They
well,
don't
I'm
make
listening
like
to
they
you.
used to.
Spreading more
Well,
lies.
They don't make them like they
After
used
you
to.
told me you wouldn't do that anymore.
No, I'm giving my opinion.
All right, well, if it's just your opinion, then we don't really have to take it as fact.
Okay. But you're here again, right? You told me you were leaving.
All right, so why would you listen to it if it's not really true?
So did you tell a lie?
No, sir.
Man, look, I feel sorry for this dude at this point, man. I don't think there's anything good to come from
It's amazing. What'll happen is he's going to go to his friends or whoever listens to these radio programs, and he's going to say, listen to that debate we had. Man, I totally just destroyed him.
Actually,
really
I never
was,
listened to the first conversation again. Didn't have a second thought about it until I came on to this show. You were the one who decided you had to listen to it again. I didn't listen to it again. You see?
I think that you're somebody, sir, who is a little bit of prideful, has a little bit of a pride issue, you know, and you gotta admit that.
Humans shouldn't have pride. How dare anyone have pride? Right.
Yeah, well, I mean the bad pride.
I mean the kind of pride that causes
you to look foolish with your opinion.
That subservient anti-human religion that's telling you not to have pride, not to have faith in humanity, and to tell you that all good comes from a book and a man up in the sky is a sad indictment on not only you, but your faith.
Yeah, well, you can have that opinion, but just don't spread lies about it.
I will.
What I'm saying.
I will.
All right.
Another thing is, too, when people disagree with you, that doesn't mean it's a lie. That's some brainwash stuff.
But sir, you've given all sorts of kinds of truth claims that are, in fact, not the truth. So you have to at least say, okay, maybe I didn't know, maybe I didn't understand.
A dinosaur with a human footprint was found by an archaeologist.
And I said that I don't have the article with me. I will
website.
get that to Mark and Felix. So Mark and Felix will have that article.
From the biblical website, yes. Interesting.
No, sir. From archaeologists who found those things.
Now tell me what scientific journal, what archaeological journal will run that same article.
Okay.
Exactly.
What time is it?
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness. Like, almost time.
Yep.
I think some people go on the internet and they think everything on the internet is true. That's not really how it works.
But you admitted that everything that you believe could be false. You said it was just your opinion, right?
Once again, the conversation sits at this moment. I told you I don't know how this world started, and I'm willing to keep looking and keep trying to figure it out. You told me you know, but you can't prove it.
All right, with that, we're going to end this. Ladies and Naj.
This was not a good show tonight. This got real contentious, and me and him kind of threw hands with each other, and I don't know, man. I probably wasn't the nicest guy to him tonight, but what can you do, man?
All right, listen, but it was interesting.
I don't agree.
Well,
90 seconds.
Listen, I'm going to put my own animosities off to the side and just say I desire all men to be saved, including you, Nas. As much as you disagree with me, I desire for you to be saved. I don't want you to go to hell. I think if you like me, you
wouldn't wish such a curse upon me. If you liked me, you wouldn't wish such a curse upon me, sir.
I didn't wish any curse on you. What curse did I put on you?
If you want to invite me into your cult, that is. I don't want to join your cult. I'm okay.
60 seconds.
Sir, a cult, you need to go back and define what a cult is. I don't belong to a cult.
Now we need to go to definition. Look, I left that church.
You clearly don't have it. You're just saying
I left that church.
So
I left that church. I left that church and booked behind when I was 13 years old. You know why? Because as you grow older, you should put down childish things. No, because you put down childish things, man.
A lot of churches don't teach the truth, man. Maybe you're out of that church for a good reason. And in the future,
why do they all have
God's
the same
going to put
Bible?
you into a better church that's going to teach you the real truth.
Well, why do they all have the same Bible if there's such a difference between each church? Why do they have the same book?
We're all space dust, man. It doesn't really matter what you do and I do ultimately, right? If we're from the material universe, then who cares
10 seconds.
Now? Good and evil. Who cares about what Bible version we use?
As you bring up the point I refuted an hour ago.
Well, You said something about survival. I'm saying, why do we